Slurped up my G's. I hope you're all doing wonderful. I wanted to share just a really quick compositional tip right now. It's something that I don't know if I've ever really mentioned in a specific video on YouTube, and I was just thinking about how to add more value to you guys and share some sort of compositional ideas and things for your music journey. What I've got here is, in the last few videos, I've sort of unintentionally been building a little bit of a drum and bass track / loop, and I've basically just condensed everything down to a few key channels. So I've got my main drum break, my hats, what's this one actually over here? Oh, this is the drum layer, sort of the phaser sound effect of the drums. Then I've got some sort of dark neuro stabs, some more like softer bass, and then a little background kind of lead thing as well. So pretty simple, like not too many channels, which is great. So quite a nice groove, a little bit dry though still for me. So what I wanted to talk about today is a concept I've just coined this term. Maybe someone's coined it before, but I'm going to say that I've coined it, called selective reverbing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take two elements of the track and do a little call and response where I'm going to add an extra splash of reverb on a couple of key sounds. And this is going to be to sort of give a bit of energy and a bit of narrative into the background by using what we've already got. So I sort of sat back and listened to like some of my lead elements and things here. And I thought I'm just going to do it on the sort of downbeat. So this first mecha stab, and then the second part on the downbeat over here, I'm going to just take one of these little basses here and reverb them. And all we're going to do for this is going to be really simple, is I'm going to bounce out the part of the sound that I want to reverb. And you can sort of pick whatever you think is going to work best for your composition, you know? So over here, I've got a Valhalla Supermassive, because this is free, so anyone can use it, really easy. Favorite preset, the forward reverb. Shout out to my student So Rock, who put me onto this preset. I actually learn more from my students than they do from me. So slamming a massive reverb on it. Let's go ahead and we can just already bounce that out. And when you bounce it out, you've got to make sure, obviously, you extend the whole length of the reverb. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to EQ out all of the low end up to like 1,000 or so. Okay, and then we're just going to blend that in. And the second part I want is the sort of downbeat of this bass file here. So here again, I'm going to take this part out, and I'm going to just, it might sort of clip at the beginning because of where I've chopped it. So I've just got to fade that a little bit. And again, I'm just going to apply the same reverb again, nice and easy. Valhalla Supermassive on that one. Let's see how that sounds in the second part over here. Yeah, sounds wonderful. So let's bounce that one out as well. And yeah, you can see it's quite a straightforward little tip here, but it does really help you to create a bit more of a narrative in the background, which is very easy to do on any kind of track, you know. So let's take out some of the low end on this part, and it's a bit sort of spiky over here, but should be okay. Take that down in the mix a bit. Because of that spikiness, I might sort of EQ that out. There's no rules here, but you know, I can see that's quite extreme. So then I can turn it back up again a little bit. So now we've got a little call and response happening within our sort of bass line. And I could go ahead and duplicate that. And all I've done now, realistically, is I've created a bit of extra depth at a couple of key moments in my bass loop, which adds a bit of extra interest to the background and gives you a bit of a changing in the energy of the whole composition a little bit more now, you know? And we could probably actually, I've sort of done these a little bit too spaced apart. I could actually bring all of these guys back a bit and have it repeating on a bit more of a, with a bit more of a frequency here. So let's just move those back. And then here we have our little reverb layers on the key selected little, just one shot kind of sounds that you know, think could be a good case for putting a splash on in that part of the track, you know? Okay, so now you've got this like background kind of whoom. This sort of like it's a feeling. It's a way you can put feeling into your loop to give it more realism and more life, you know. And yeah, it's something I always apply on my tracks. Selective background reverbing a couple of key sounds, and it's better than like, you know, reverbing everything. You have more control in the dynamics of your whole song then if you pick which parts to add depth to, which parts not to add depth to. So hopefully that's a helpful tip for you guys. Much love, my G's. I have some spots open still next week for music production lessons. Anyone ever wants a lesson, you can book in via the links below. Anyway, my G's, have a great rest of your day. More from me soon. Ciao, ciao.